Invited by BMR, an actual race team with an actual race driver. Come out, I'll show you what it's really all about. Now, I get a bit worried when a roundabout comes up, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to react to this.
Let it roll? It is rolling?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it's rolling now?
We're rolling,
okay.
It's a professional, not like Stu.
No, absolutely.
Who isn't here today because I'm not sure what order it's going to come out, but there's some other secret project he's working on, isn't there?
Exciting stuff.
Very exciting. So, we're at Snetterton. No, not Snetterton. We're at Brands Hatch.
The world famous Brands Hatch, yes. But it's local to us, so that's why we're here. But we've been invited by someone special.
Yeah, we're invited by BMR,
Yep.
who have a race car, BMW, you might expect. And we're invited down to go check it out because you've never been out on track with a professional race driver in a professional race car.
So I've been round Brands in my Porsche. I've been round Brands with someone, with Lou, who's a really good driver, and I felt a little bit sick. And we got invited by BMR, an actual race team with an actual race driver. Come out, I'll show you what it's really all about. Now, I get a bit worried when a roundabout comes up, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to react to this.
Flung around here.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about it though. I can't wait. I can't wait to feel sick.
We haven't even seen the car yet, so we're going to go inside, meet up with Paul, and then you'll see it from there.
Let's go, race car. Don't fall over the spoiler. That's one of the hints that we just had. It'll be in the outtakes, don't worry. I'm here with Paul. Paul works for BMR, which is the motorsport company that race and actually own or sponsor the race series.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal to sponsor primarily a whole race series car. I mean, what are the main differences between this and say a regular M3? I know it's not an M3, but a regular M3. What's the sort of?
Well, we've got starting right at the very front with the bumper. I've got a Jeff Steele front bumper, which is actually a race design bumper, which is 70mm deeper than the standard bumper.
Yeah.
One of the biggest differences is the engine. It's still BMW M3 engine, but it's out of an E46, so it's the S54.
Right, so more powerful.
Yeah, more powerful, yeah. So a couple of bits done to it, obviously the intake. It's been devanosed as well.
Yeah.
Running different injectors, actually out of an Audi TT.
Okay, yeah.
Injectors. And yeah, it's enabled us to run it at about 390.
390 horsepower,
which is up from about 325.
Which is still, I mean, it's just naturally aspirated 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
That's pretty good going.
Yeah.
You said about it being S54 engine?
Out of the 46.
Just ask me, I'm the BMW man, I know nothing about. I'm really fresh a bit, I don't know much about BMW, so you'll have to excuse me.
Yeah.
It's the wrong engine for this model car.
Yes.
And it's a 4-door.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a story you said behind this compared. Yeah. The engine was in something else.
Yeah, it was in another E36 M3 4-door.
Yeah.
Which was my first race car, but had a little prang.
Right.
While racing it at Silverstone last year in monsoon conditions. So
when you say a little prang,
it
wasn't just a car park deck, I'm gathering.
No, the bulkhead went like a triangle.
We'll cut to footage of that, shall we?
We'll cut to footage now. Yeah, so it wasn't just basic, it wasn't anything small. The conditions, your visibility,
it was pretty bad.
what are you looking at? 20 feet, maybe?
Yeah, it couldn't be much more than that. With
At 100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Massive knackers for that then. I mean, it must be quite a scary sort of scenario.
The first 3 seconds while I aquaplaned was alright, but it was the last 3 seconds of the aquaplaning when I knew what was going to happen.
Because you've got no control over the steering.
No, just
you can't slow down, and you're doing 80 mile an hour across wet grass.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dream afternoon to me.
Passenger.
Yeah, literally, you're on for the ride, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, that is, and the car was done, obviously, at that point.
Totally
That is
finished.
it. Yeah, that's bent.
So then I had to source another shell, which was this one,
Yeah.
which originally was a 318.
Yeah.
With a sunroof, which is why I wanted to change the roof.
Yeah.
To get rid of the sunroof panel that we had fitted. So, but lucky enough, with it being the same shell or a 4-door, most of the bits could get swapped. 80% of the bits got swapped over.
Yeah.
Like the engine, most of the fuel system, brakes, wheels, some interior bits.
Yeah.
Like the panels of the doors. So yeah, 80% of the car got transferred.
So you didn't have to start from scratch again, basically?
No, so it's sort of like Fast and Furious 3. New model, original parts.
All the same stuff? Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of carbon fibre on here, I've noticed. What we got?
We've got carbon fibre bonnet, carbon fibre dashboard, carbon fibre boot,
carbon fibre, everything else.
Carbon fibre roof. So literally the whole middle.
The roof is a work of art. Get a look at that in the beauty shots, so to speak. In terms of the seating area, I mean, these doors weigh nothing. Are these still steel doors? I suppose?
Steel doors, but gutted.
There's nothing in there.
Everything out.
There's
make
nothing
it
in
light
there at all.
possible. Yeah, everything's gutted with carbon fibre again.
More carbon fibre. More carbon fibre. So, in terms of your instrument panel, I mean, in most cars, you've got all your telemetry. Quite a lot of the time, you see in cars that have been modified for people to use for their own enjoyment, like on the road, you see loads of extra gauges shoved in. But actually, here there isn't a lot, is there?
No,
what have you got in there?
Minimal. Running the original pod. Instrument panel, but speedo doesn't work.
Yeah.
You're very rarely looking at your speed. But I've got the rev counter on that, and then in the middle I've got water temp, oil pressure, and fuel level.
And that's all you need. They're the vitals, aren't they? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the shifter, I noticed the shifter isn't a stock type item.
No, it's a CAE short shifter.
Right, okay. And that makes to the gearbox, which isn't an E46 one, I think I remember you.
No, it isn't an E46, that's mated to E36 5-speed from an M3.
So we're from the 6-speed down to the 5-speed because of the favourable
better gear ratios with the setup of the car. With the gear ratios in the gearbox being 5-speed and the diff that I'm running, which is a 3.9, which I think the original is about 3.6. It just works well for getting out of corners and gives you just enough top speed not to lose out on the
tracks. Do you ever top it out in fifth on any tracks?
I get close to it,
What is it, 160 mile an hour maybe something?
It's got to be somewhere around it, 150, 160. Places like Stetterton, the long straights at Silverstone, and possibly Cadwell got quite close to the top speed there.
Now I asked this question out, I don't normally refer to conversations we had previously, but it needs to be mentioned. So you bought this car and it was a regular E36 4-door chassis, and from start to finish a full race car, how long?
3 weeks.
3 weeks! It was built from a regular road-going car that your nan could go to the shops into what you can see here, which is baffling for me because I've built cars and it takes me months and months, maybe not even to this level either, because I don't need to build a full race car. It's a street strip car, you know, that sort of stuff. But to build something in 3 weeks, you must have been doing some crazy hours to get that.
Yeah, the wife wasn't too.
No, I can imagine. She's obviously very patient with that.
Yeah.
All night and all day. I mean, this is like, so it's wiring, pipe work, put the engine and box in, the front's got to go on.
But like I say, we was quite lucky with the build, and I think what sped it up was the fact that sort of 80% of the parts come from the old car. So
I think you break that down, that's still a shitload of work, let's be honest.
I knew everything would fit.
Transferring it.
So fabrication, it's the time that goes into the fabrication usually.
It's the cage, you've got to weld the cage in. I noticed the fuel cell was supported, you had to weld all that in as well.
Well, the good thing, massive shout out to Civil Racing in Poland. They've helped me out massively with the cage. Because obviously from the old car I lost the shell, and because it was a welding cage I lost the cage as well. Yeah. So I hunted around for a cage, found them, and they really did help me out with the cage, give me a nice discount as parts.
So they give you like most of the components and you weld it in yourself?
They supplied the whole kit with full instructions, everything, which were really good because we fitted the pages.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Some of them have been difficult, but all the clear instructions. Yeah. Me and my boss welded it in. It's all turreted as well. Yeah. And yeah, it's come out real nice.
Shout out to Civil Racing. There we go. Anyway, so that's kind of the bottom line. I say kind of the bottom line. I could talk forever, and you could answer all the questions. Yeah, he can answer all the questions because this is a ground-up car. Again, built by someone who we're actually talking to, not some multi-million-pound company where 50 people are working on it. That is that. We're going to go out in it soon. Seeing what it's made of, I'm actually really excited because I've never been in a race car with a race driver. So let's see what happens. I'm not nervous at all.
You'll be fine.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Anyway, there we go. Right. Big deep breath. We're in the car now. Oh, there's a bit of trepidation for me. I've never been in a proper race car with a proper driver. I've driven myself. Anyway, so you've heard about the car. This is the car. We're just about to go out now. I don't really know what to say. I'm a bit cottonmouth at the moment, so I think we'll just do it.
You'll be fine.
Just hold on.
Well, I've had to fit, to get on the track day, I've had to fit core silencers to it.
Really?
Yeah. Last year it run no silencers, it was the loudest thing out there.
What, and they let you run it with less?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's good to be looking at this. Oh, it sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, no, that's fine. You don't think it's gonna do the stuff it's gonna do. Like you're coming up, what's the first corner after the straight? And you're on the anchors, I think, there's no way we're fucking going around here, and it just does it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I couldn't say anything after a while, because I instantly started sweating. I'm sweating buckets straight away. The noise, it sounds fucking amazing, doesn't it? It sounds so good.
That's what I mean, there's fast cars out there's quicker cars out there, like in a straight line and stuff like that, with 600-700 brake horsepower cars. But if you get a car set up right, with the right brakes, just the right amount of power,
the cornering, like
not sitting there wheel spinning.
Exactly, but I don't know what corner it is. There's like an S that comes into that long corner at the back. Surtees. You come into that, and I'm like all the way over one side, and you think I'm in a rear-wheel drive car. It has to step out. There's no way. Like your theoretical mind says it can't possibly go around here that fast, and it just does it.
Yeah.
I've never been that fast around. I mean, what sort of power do you reckon it's making?
On the dyno, it made 392, I think.
So it's still quite a powerful car, naturally aspirated, six-cylinder. Like, it's still but it's not about, like you said, it's not about that. I mean, there's something very different to having a car, because you put in some of this really fast Porsches and like four-wheel drive stuff on the road, but that's not the same sensation as doing that, because you can't exert that. And you said this is on intermediate tyres as well.
Yeah, it's on me.
It's not even on slicks.
It's on full slicks.
It's a different thing, really.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh no, are we in trouble?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
He's got a fluorescent jacket. He's important.
You're on the side, didn't you?
Am I too loud? Serious?
Yeah.
By how much?
Once more, you was going to be flagged.
Oh, that's why I come in. Alright. I'll take it back.
I'll put the caps on.
Yeah.
If you do it once more, you'll be flagged, and I'll have to come out.
Where's it?
Yeah, no, that's alright, no worries.
Whereabouts is it setting it off?
Don't tell me that.
I know where they are, so I'll go easy.
Yeah. So it's the exhaust tone.
Obviously you don't, because you keep blowing the fabrics.
Well, no, because that was the tester, but the first time I've been out on full beans.
Watch yourself now, because as I say, you do it once more, then they call me. It's a chat.
I think it's the induction rather than the exhaust, because like it's silenced up to the hills today and still.
Oh, no, noise is noise to me.
Yeah.
Don't matter. So.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, well, watch yourself now.
Thank you very much. There we go.
Have a look, turn around.
That's racing, folks.
That is racing. Anyway, so I had a massive. It's a massive day for me because I've never been out in a professional car that's designed to do that with a professional driver. So it's been amazing. But also to see how a car that's designed for purpose performs, how differently that performs for something that's just been adapted a bit for a track day. Thank you to obviously BMR. Thank you to yourself. Is anyone you want to say thanks to while we're here?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Mike, the boss, who's the owner of BMR 45 Limited. Sybil Racing again for the cage. Caesar Car Alarms, full rest all here, there, for helping me with all the electrics on the car. And my son Kit, because he helped me out.
I've seen pictures.
So yeah, and anyone else who I forgot to thank, but yeah, thank you.
It's been great. It has been great. We've seen a real varied bit of weather. Anyway, but if you like what we did today, we're going to try and do a bit more of this. We want to see some more track orientated stuff. If you guys want to see more track stuff as well, Brands is really local to us. But if you want to see more, let us know. If you like what we did today, like, share, subscribe, follow any bills we got, and hit the bell. And that is it. That's the end.